Before we jump into the video guide, like and subscribe to Master_S9, the best of the best of the best, sir. He does a wonderful job of making these backup and restores. Without him, I'd be pretty much dead in the water with doing the resign of the PS4/PS5 saves, and he really makes a wonderful repack. Please consider donating to him. He's a great guy, a very, very nice and helpful person. Let's jump into the video guide. What's going on, guys? Fox, and in today's video tutorial we're going to be jailbreaking our PS5. If you're on firmware 8.00 to 9.60, this tutorial guide will cover your jailbreak. If you're coming from one of my older jailbreak video guides, this will also work too. It's pretty much the same thing. Before we jailbreak the system, I just want to go over some things with you. Only update to 9.00. The reason why is only update to 9.00. At the moment, there's no games that require 9.60 firmware, so you're better off upgrading to a lower firmware than upgrading to a higher firmware. Remember, you can always go up, but you can never go down. Also, please keep in mind you will need the LUA game disc, the official disc. This repack supports 18 to 20 games. There's no demo. You have to actually buy the game. The games retail between $60 to $100 with shipping. Please keep that in mind. It's well worth it. Also, if you're on 4, 5, 6, or 7 OFW, when you update to LUA, you will be losing the UMTX1, the UMTX2, and also Victorious Blu-ray jailbreak disc. You can only jailbreak the system via LUA game disc only. So once you go higher, you're going to be losing this, okay? And with this jailbreak video tutorial guide, we're going to need to do a system system backup / reinstall. You're going to be losing all your stuff. So before we proceed with the tutorial, when I jump into the tutorial, I will show you how to back up everything if you so desire. First things first, go in the description, download my repack, extract it, right click, extract here. You'll get this folder. Open up this folder. Now I want you to put a flash drive into the computer, and we're going to need to format it in FAT32 because we're going to updating the system via offline. Before updating via offline, make sure your internet connection is turned off. Make sure there's no game disks inside the system or any kind of other loose media inside the system. Okay, with our flash drive in the computer right here, so follow my instructions, right click, format. Then we're going to change this to NTFS. Please keep in mind when you format the drive, you'll be losing all your data. Okay, I want you to format it one more time. Okay. Now open up the GUI format tool. We need to rename this to .exe. Run as administrator. Make sure your drive letter matches up. Drive D. If it doesn't match up, just hit the drop down box. Go ahead and press start. Press close. To confirm it formatted in FAT32, just right click, press properties, FAT32. Please bear with me, it's late. I'm very tired. Open up the flash drive, go up one. Please keep in mind when you install my firmware, see it says offline 9.00 for PS5 firmware update only. This is for updating system, so this is the correct firmware we need. Do not use this because this is a recovery firmware. That's for installing a brand new hard drive inside of your PS5. So in case you wanted to go from, let's say, 800 gigabytes to 2 terabytes or whatever, then you would use this firmware. So we're just going to be updating it via offline. So open up that folder. Sorry about that. Just drag and drop that. Let that copy over. I'm going to let it do its thing. Okay, now that flash drive is all copied over with the offline firmware, please hold in the power button on your PlayStation 5 for about 5 to 8 seconds. You'll hear it beep once, then beep twice. As soon as you hear it beep twice, let go of the button. That's going to put us in the recovery/safe mode so we can install the firmware. Okay? I'll meet you back. Go ahead and plug a controller in and press the PlayStation button. Go ahead and choose option 4, Update System Software. Press the first option, Update from USB drive. Go ahead and connect the USB drive, wait about 5 seconds and press OK. It's loading the firmware. Always before updating, if you're using my pack or somebody else's, that you check it's the correct firmware. As you can see, it says 9.00.00.45, so on and so forth. That's the firmware 9.00, so go ahead and press update. This is going to take a few minutes. Don't touch anything, don't turn the system off. It's probably going to restart a couple of times. So just let it sit here and let it do its thing. Okay, it's installing. System went blue then white. As you can see, the indicator light's still flashing. Now it's loading up. Now it's installing. Lights glowing. System turned itself back on. Let it sit there and let it do its thing. It's rebuilding the database. Okay, firmware is now 100% updated. I'll meet you on the computer now where it'll be a higher quality. Okay, so now we're going to test and see if it's on the firmware 9.00. Yours is not going to look like this as of yet. Okay, so that took a couple seconds for it to load for the first time. Go into Settings, go into System, hit on Console Information, and as you can see right there, 9.00. See, in the firmware it says 24.02-09, where it says the beginning of the number 9. That's the firmware that we're on. Okay, so in the meantime, what I want you to do is take the flash drive out of your PS5 and let's put it on the PC. I'll meet you on the computer. Okay, now that we're on the PC, I need you to... Okay, now we have to format this into exFAT. So right click, press Format, press exFAT. Okay, what I want you to do is where it says Backup and Restore, I want you to open up this folder. And from now on, I'm going to be updating master_9s's repacks so I can show you the tutorial guide. This is the latest version of the repack he made as of September 18th, 2025. Version 22.7. He's always changing these and fixing any problems, or if someone has a question, if there's a corrupt save file, he'll refix it or whatever. So, you know, I'm going to be copying and pasting this video guide, using it as a recycled video guide for a while. So I'll have to keep doing this. So go ahead and extract here. Let that do its thing. Okay. Just drag and drop this on the root of the USB flash drive. Please bear in mind when we're going to go to do the system restore, you're going to lose everything. So please make sure you back up everything like I said, and I'll show you how to back up everything just in case you don't know how to back it up. Okay, go ahead and take your flash drive out of the PC. Just safely eject this. It's very important that we safely eject it. Okay, now we're going to initialize the backup and restore. So head over to System Settings. Head down to System. Head over to the right side with the D-pad. See, it says Backup and Restore. Now, if you don't want to lose anything, back up your save files and everything, but here's the deal. Since this is a new user profile, this is not going to work. And also, you can't redo this unless you're already on firmware 9, but then you're going to lose the save exploit. So basically, it's kind of pointless of doing the backup unless you want to manually, like, you know, rip stuff, but then you need to use different programs. And you need to use the root explorer and stuff like that. So there's kind of no point of actually doing this backup. It's up to you if you want to do it. If you want to back it up in case it fails when it installs, then you can go back to your current state of your PS5. That's up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Restore Your PS5, then press X, then press Restore. Then go ahead and press Yes. It's going to take a few minutes to do this, so just keep it in mind. Just make sure you're still disconnected from the internet. I'll be back when this is done. It's going to take about like 5 minutes. Also very important, don't unplug the flash drive or anything. You might get a black screen because it's not going to capture through the Elgato. So if I have to go back to the TV, I'll go back. Okay, it looks like it's reinstalling the system restore. Okay, it has 3 minutes left. Okay, it's restarting the PS5. I'd say it took about maybe like 7 to 10 minutes to do this. So go ahead and press the PlayStation button. And your restore should be version 22.7. That's the latest version of Master's Repack. So open that up and I'm going to show you what next to do. So first things first, go ahead and put your LUA game disc into the PlayStation 5. Remember, you need the game disc to do this. In the meantime, while you put the game disc in, the game has to install. It's going to take about 10 minutes. Go ahead and put your flash drive back into the computer, and I'll meet you on the PC and we'll go from there. Okay, after you put your flash drive in the computer, we no longer need this folder, so just go ahead and delete that folder. Okay, next thing what I want you to do is open up the PS5 PKG, copy and paste all this over to the root of the flash drive. Please keep in mind, for us to do the jailbreak for the PS5, we need a donor flash drive, so just buy a cheap small one and just keep that in the PS5 at all times. You can eject it if you'd like to. We need to do that to run either the Kstuff or the Etahen payload. I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so we're going to be testing the Etahen payload first. So what I want you to do is open up this folder, copy this folder only. Don't copy both of them over, otherwise they're going to override each other. Okay, after that's copied over, I've also have some notes here. It says when to enable or disable Kstuff. Feel free to read that if you so desire. So now what I want you to do is I want you to take the flash drive out of the computer. I'm going to put it on the PS5. After we jailbreak the system, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try Kstuff and see how that works. I'm doing this all in real time. I haven't done this before with system firmware 9, so we're doing this together. Okay, it looks like our game installed. So go ahead and remove that. Keep your game inside of the PlayStation 5. We're going to go ahead and jailbreak the system. Put your flash drive in the PlayStation 5. Let it sit in there for maybe 5 to 10 seconds so it can get itself ready. Now if you're curious to see what kind of save files we have on here, so just in case you're wondering, we can go into System. Sorry. Okay, we're going to go into Storage, and we're going to go into Save Data, and we're going to go to PS4 Games, and these are the games that we have here. Do you see how there's an image there on the left hand side that says iXGTEL? That's because that's the game that I have inside of the PlayStation 5, so that's the game that I'm going to be jailbreaking the system with. I don't have these other games. There's a lot of games that Master included here. So we're just going to back out of this. Okay, so go ahead and press X on this and don't touch anything on the controller. Don't hit any buttons or anything. Let this run and let it do its thing. It might crash a couple times. We'll see. Sorry about that. So go ahead and press X on the title. We'll see what happens. I'm doing this in real time. I'm not going to put it on pause or anything. Okay, it says PS5 loaded Kstuff. It says Etahen is loaded. It says Kstuff successfully loaded. It looks like everything is loaded. So now what we're going to do is we're going to install the PKG files, then we're going to go test the game. So open up the debug settings here. Now what you can also do too is you can also go to the settings up here, and it should have enabled the Etahen toolbox. It didn't do it this time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So just giving you a heads up, sometimes you might have to do it again. So it should still let me do the install the files. So open up that. We're going to go to package installer, and we're going to press install all and press OK. I'll be back, let this do its thing. Okay, it installed everything. From what I was reading online, when you're in firmware 9.0 to 9.60, items flow is no longer working. We have to use Webman to launch our games. I'm not sure if that's true or not. We're going to test it together. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove our flash drive here. Everything's all installed and the jailbreak's done. Just leave the flash drive on the side in case this crashes. Also, before I plug the drive in, please keep in mind internal games, copying them over to the internal hard drive is pretty much no longer working, and they keep crashing and getting black screens. I have an NVMe inside an enclosure. I recommend getting an NVMe or a SSD. Do not use a mechanical hard drive. Mechanical hard drives are too slow. It's causing black screens, it's causing crashes, and it's causing games not to work. You can go on my YouTube channel, and I made a whole video guide covering NVMe, so I'm not going to cover that today, so I'm just giving you the heads up. Okay, I have the external drive plugged into the back of the PlayStation 5. Always use the back ports, don't use the front ports. And for the first time, we're going to try to run items flow and see what happens. I was told this doesn't work. I have no idea. So just go ahead and press OK. I also have an old game in here that we can try to see if it works. Please keep in mind your directory is going to be different than mine. We're just going to try the game and see if it loads. Then I'll show you how to use Webman in case you have any questions or concerns or whatever. So we're going to open ps5 application. We're going to go to change path. We're going to press the right trigger on our controller. Use a D-pad. Press X on your folder. I'm going to try a game that I know that works. We're going to try A Quiet Place. So that's going to be 19006. So that's right here. And if you press X on this folder, then if you press X one more time, obviously set this up the correct way. This is the actual game itself with the holding files in there. So we're going to press back one more time. Always make sure when you're selecting your folders that you're not selecting a folder inside of another folder, otherwise it's not going to work, you're going to get an error. So if you're not sure, on side of your game folder, press X, and if you see all these files here, which is good, then you can go ahead and you can press square to load them up. So go ahead and press square, we'll see what happens. Okay, it looks like it queued up. So we're going to press the launch button and we'll see if it loads up. Yeah, I don't think it's supported. So we can go back and we can press triangle to load. And as you can see, it did load this. So we can try to load it again, but we're going to need to use Webman to get the games to work because items flow needs to be updated. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks or so we'll get an update for items flow. I'm going to let this sit, let it do its thing. Okay, this has been sitting here a while, so I'm just going to go back. So just press square on there, and we're going to press X on here, and what we're going to do is we're just going to close the application. I just want to check something on my computer, and I'll meet you back on the PS5. Okay, I tried something else that wasn't working. Okay, I'm going to meet you on the desktop, and I'm going to show you how to get your directory set up to get your games to work properly. Okay, what I want you to do is make a folder called Etahen, make it look exactly like this. Open up that folder, then inside this folder, we're going to make another folder. Now what we need to do is we need to call this games, all in lowercase, I believe. This is the first time I'm doing it, so I'm not sure. Now we're going to cut and put our game in this directory here. So go up one, and as you can see on the computer, do you see this folder Do you see these files? This is your game. When you see the eboot.bin, you know it's a game. So I'm going to cut this. We're going to try a couple different ones. So we're going to open this up. Sorry about that. We're going to open up the Etahen folder, open up the games folder, and we're going to paste it in here. I'll be back in a second. It's going to take me a few minutes to do this, so I'm not going to drag this video on. So just a quick little recap of everything. For your games on your NVMe/SD, make a folder called Etahen like this. Make a folder called games and put them in this directory. Make sure there's no folders inside of more folders. So basically when you open up the folder for the first time, you want to see all these files on the root of that folder. I'll meet you back on the PS5 and we'll see what happens. Okay, hopefully we set this up correctly.
Going up here.
Sorry about that, my phone rang. Stupid spam calls. So what you want to do is you want to head over into the debug settings, or you can use the settings at the top, I believe. Okay, see it says beta ps5 webman games. You want to open this folder, open up this directory. Give that a second to load. Okay, system crashed, and also extremely important, do not put more than 4 games into the Etahen/data folder. The games will not show up. It's very buggy, so just keep that in mind. We're going to test the game and see if it works. So open up the ps5 webman like there, and before we open that up, I wanted to show you something here. Go into settings and you can see we got debug, so the system is jailbroken. So open up the debug settings shortcut here, and we're going to try to load the game. Okay, so open up webman, and I know this game works 110%, so we're going to try this first. So I just press X on that. I'm going to let this load up. I'll be back when this is loaded. Okay, as you can see, the game works. I'm not going to go through the whole kit and caboodle. It does work. And see, we're on the home screen. I'll meet you back on the PlayStation 5. So we're going to try another game. So very important, if your directory shows up empty like it did in the beginning of the video, I had to put on pause, I had to look up something. It will crash the directory. So this directory right here cannot have more than 4 games in it. If you have more than 4 games, it's just going to show up as empty. So we're going to go ahead and try what everyone's been talking about, and we'll see if it works. Okay, looks like the game is not working. So press OK. It might be corrupt from where I got it from. Okay, it crashed a little bit, then I went back into it, and it looks like it's going to load. Supposedly this game has a lot of files and takes an extremely long time for it to load, so we'll see what happens. So the game took about like 20 seconds to load. So we'll go to the home screen and see what the home screen looks like. So this is going to load, so I'll be back when this is loaded. Okay, so that took about maybe like a minute to 2 minutes to load. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to add a shortcut to the controller so we can disable Kstuff after we go ahead and we load the game in the queue, because if we disable Kstuff, the game will supposedly run faster. So let's exit out of this. I'm going to show you how to enable and disable Kstuff on the fly. So you want to open up the debug settings. Then you want to go to controller shortcuts. Then where it says toggle Kstuff, this is going to be on and off. So go ahead and press X on there. And you can choose which one you would like to choose. I'm going to go ahead and choose single tap share button. You can choose whichever one you'd like. And see, it says single tap share button. That means it's enabled. I've never used this before because I never found it necessary for what I'm doing. So since we did that, what we're going to do now is we're going to actually launch the game fresh. So we're going to open up the debug settings, and we're going to go into webman, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up the game. It didn't, okay, looks like it crashed. I'll be right back. Okay, I pressed X on here, it's kind of frozen. That means the game's loading because there's a lot of stuff. and as you can see it is launching. So I'm going to wait till the game gets to the title screen, then I'm going to disable Kstuff. So I'll be with you guys in a second. Okay, we're going to try to disable Kstuff, so go ahead and just click the share button once. Then we should get a notification it's been disabled. Okay, so for the heck of it, let's exit out of the game. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the game and we'll see if it can load. Okay, it says it's loaded right there. And if you press it one more time, I don't think it might have crashed. Yeah, it crashed. I think that's because of the Kstuff. We exited out and went back in, so it disabled Kstuff. So it says Kstuff is now unpaused. Maybe that will uncrash the game, but not really. So when you go to unpause Kstuff, so you learned something today. When you're in the game itself, go ahead and unpause it and don't leave the game. Otherwise, it's going to crash like it just did now. Okay, now we're going to try just the Kstuff payload and see what happens. So if it's working for you, I would just stay where you are. Use that plugin folder, like I said, for the Etahen. So we'll do some more testing. We'll see what's going on. So if you want to follow along, just restart the ps5 and I'll meet you on the computer. Okay, we no longer need this, so we can delete that. And if you want to keep this folder on your external NVMe/SSD, you're more than welcome to. And you can just boot it from there if you don't want to have a donor flash drive laying around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that. You don't have to follow along with this, and just in case you want to see what's going on. So now I'm going to try just the Kstuff on its own and see what happens. I'll meet you back on the PS5. Okay, so let's jailbreak the system. It says Kstuff is successfully loaded. Now it didn't load Etahen, it just loaded Kstuff. That's what this payload does. So we're just testing it. And as you can see, there's the debug settings. It's not the ETA toolbox/debug settings. So I just wanted to let you know about that. See how this little thing, it says Etahen right there? At the bottom it doesn't show it in blue because that's not the correct payload for it. And as you can see, Etahen was not found because Etahen is not part of this package. So I just wanted to show that to you. And if you want to test it again to see if Etahen will load, which it won't load because it's when you use that tool, it's a payload injector. So it's not injecting Etahen, it's only injecting Kstuff. So to show you again, we can launch it again. It might crash. So I'll be back just to show it to you. And as you can see, it loaded. It says Kstuff loaded. Do you see on the side of the screen it doesn't say anything about Etahen because Etahen cannot load because we're not loading it from the flash drive itself. So I just wanted to show it to you. So if you go into here, you see there's no webman anywhere. So basically there's kind of no need for you to use that unless you want to go inside these settings and like tinker with something or whatever. But just to show you. See, we only have the regular debug settings. You need basically Etahen to run the games. So I'll meet you back on the PC. Okay, now that we're on the desktop, we're going to go ahead and we're going to delete that. And remember to leave this on the root of the flash drive. You need this. Without the Etahen in here, you can't load your games. I'll meet you back on the PS5. Okay, now we're going to try to load up Etahen. It might crash, it might not crash. It's getting late. Wow, I've been working on this since I got home. It's been around like, I think I got home like 8:45. It's almost 11 o'clock. I didn't even eat dinner yet. Sorry about that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to load this up. I'm going to skip all this jargon. And as you can see, it says Etahen started, Etahen toolbox loaded up. Just let this sit. When you see this screen, let it sit for like 5-6 seconds or whatever. And now we're going to go check the settings and we're going to go back to debug and we should have the Etahen toolbox down here. And you can see it says debug settings and it shows webman. So we'll go to try to launch the game again and we'll see if it works. I'm not going to bother with Wukong. I don't feel like waiting here for 10 years. So if you get any error messages where it says game can't be loaded, game can't be found, and it brings you back to the webman screen, just go ahead and press X on the same title again, and that should clear out the error. And remember guys, you can't use items flow until we get a new update for 9.x to 9.60. Just stay at 9.00. There is no need for you to go to 9.60 firmware. Anyway guys, it's been a long night. Like and subscribe to the Fox Den. You can catch me on Twitter. I'm on there too. I work with some other people in private on Twitter doing repacks and doing other stuff. I'm also on Discord, but same thing on Discord too. I work with do stuff in private and help out people and go through stuff like that. Like and subscribe to Fox Den guys. Had an awesome time with you with this bumpy ride of going to 9.x, and hey, soon we'll be going to 10.x. Ain't nothing slowing down the ps5. Have an awesome night.